weight shifts are helpful for teaching your brain exactly what it needs to do in order to be able to get into crow pose. So the way that it works is that your brain has to first be able to attain a position before it can maintain it. So this exercise will help to highlight exactly how you need to get into crow pose before you can start to focus on staying in that position. So let's get started. You're going to start by sitting in this kind of squat position. I'm going to show you first from the side, and then I'll show you from the front as well. So you're going to be in the squat position. You need to make sure that your pelvis isn't already kind of rounding. I want to make sure that I'm rotating my hips forward so the tip of my sacrum is pointing back, and then I need to try to get as deep as I can into hip flexion without rounding. So make sure that your hips are good and warmed up. Now already I'm trying to bring my knees as high around my shoulders as I can. Then I'm going to start to walk my hands back. I'm going to place them, and then you see how as I'm coming up, and you might even need to play around with where your hands are, as I'm coming up on my toes, I have to start to shift myself forward. So if my hands are too far out in front of me, I'm not gonna be able to shift forward, okay? But if they're too far back, now my knees aren't on my shoulders. So I'm gonna be here, and now what I'm doing as I'm shifting forward is I'm trying to squeeze my legs in toward my arm as I start to lift up. So I'm gonna squeeze my legs in, and now I'm shifting forward onto my toes. Now, the thing that I need to be able to start to do is to get my pelvis to be up over where my hands are, where my base of support is. So when I'm here, what I need to think about doing is as I'm here, I'm shifting forward. So you see how if I'm way back here and I try coming up, I'm not gonna be able to. I really have to allow myself to come forward, and it might be just here, and then you come down. And then you can try lifting, back up, and then come down. Even just the littlest bit is going to start to teach your brain exactly how much it needs to shift forward in order to be able to get that weightlessness.